In this week's episode of WealthWise, Leno Corporate Services speaks specifically to Gen Zs, advising them on how to prepare for their retirement. Here's Emmanuel Fertil.
There is a time to work, and there comes a time to retire. From baby boomers to Gen Zs, plans for retirement are a must. But one shouldn't simply retire from something, but have something to retire to. Cleora Farquharson, Vice President of Business Development and Client Relations at Leno Corporate Services, gives Gen Z's advice on how to prepare for their future.
Firstly, what the Gen Z generation has to do is come up with an estimate of exactly how much they're going to need for retirement. That's the first step. Experts say, and we support the fact that they need to have about 70 to 80% of the pre-retirement income to live comfortably post-retirement.
Okay, so that's the basics. Let's now look into the full breakdown.
We need to identify where it's supposed to come from. 3 sources. NIB is supposed to cover about 15% of that, an employer-sponsored plan 20%, and then your personal savings is supposed to cover about 65% of that. So if we were to take away national insurance from someone that was retiring making about $20,000 per year or $466,000, we're left with about $400,000.
As a part of the Gen Z generation, are you on track? There's only one way to find out.
What this Gen Z generation has to figure out is, right now, where am I on track to save $400,000? Firstly, if they work for an employer has a sponsored a pension plan, they need to find out how much is in that plan. Then they need to take a look at their personal savings and see where they are in terms of accumulating this $400,000.
And there you have it, Gen Zs, your retirement plan from Leno. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Emmanuel Fertil.